guys, it's April and I'm doing something a little different today. I've been wanting to label my Copic Ciaos for a while. Because of how they sit in my marker case, I only see the ends of the cap, and so sometimes finding the marker I want isn't the easiest. So I'm going to see if I can solve that problem because I love the sketches. The sketches and the originals are beautifully done because they have that beautiful numbering on the cap. And so I'm going to attempt to do that with my Ciaos, which is why I have these circle stickers. Hi, Elizabeth. I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm hoping it does. I mean, because these stickers are mainly used for marking maps and things. So I don't know how well I'll be able to write on these little dots, how well they'll stick to the caps. It's going to be a learning experience. So there's that. I'm not entirely sure how many Ciaos I actually have. I just pulled out all of my gray tones. I figured that was a good place to start, and then I would slowly work down from there. I feel like I have about 2/5 of my marker being Ciao. Hi, Elizabeth. So this might be a lot of markers, and depending on how it works, we might have to pull things out and let it dry. I thought I would be cute by matching the color stickers to the color grouping of markers that I'm doing. But yeah, that's a thing. So, as you can tell, I pulled off a dot there. It's mainly me trying to see if the circumference of the dot made sense for the Ciao, because I originally bought these ones. And those are too tiny to write anything on. And then so I bought these ones, and they're just perfect for that little top circle on the thingy-bob. No, I did not know there was a thrill-a-thon. Well, fudge. Because Read-A-Rama started today, so that's kind of what I'm in the middle of since I'm a host for that. I don't know. I do. Englishing is great. I am doing a Twitter sprint on Tuesday evening for Read-A-Rama. I think I've managed not to pack all of the books I'm going to need for the next month or so. But who knows? It's going to be one of those things. Okay, so it's one day off of the read-a-thon stuff. Okay, so I got Poscas. I don't know how well Posca's going to write. So I also have the Uniball and just a regular pen to see if those don't work, we can do those instead. I might do a little test run. Oh, looky, I did a smiley face. I could probably zoom you in just a touch so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So that's the Posca, and then we'll see the Uniball, and we'll give it a second to just kind of dry a little bit before we peel it off and try it, because I have a very funny feeling that all of this is going to go horribly wrong just because of how glossy these stickers are. And if that's the case, I don't entirely know what I'm going to do, because you can't... White ink is always going to be some kind of paint. Or paint-like if you want that opacity. So I don't know. Might have to put random colors on my gray. Yeah, the readathons are always a bit hectic, especially in the summertime. There's a lot of things that always overlap, and I think that's just a product of how big our community has gotten, which I think is a good thing. But yes, so this whole week I'm going to be dealing with Readerama and all that entails, at the same time trying to pack. And then next Sunday is going to be the Disney Colorathon. I'm really, really kind of excited for it. And then it's a whole nother week before BookNet Fest. And I will be at BookNet Fest. I might vlog BookNet Fest. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see what happens and what state of panic and chaos my life is in at that point. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I saw everybody's TBRs for the Newts. That's one that I've contemplated joining before, but just never have. Okay, do you guys think this has been long enough for this to, like, dry somewhat decently? Okay, so the Posca dries. Okay, they both dry. We just have to give it a little bit of a chance to, like, sit and do its thing. I actually almost like how the Uniball went down better than... You probably can't really see it. I mean, it's just the Uniball, the Signo is almost a little bit... It's got more of a solid, whereas you've got a little bit of transparency on the Posca. So maybe I'll run with the Uniball. Right? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I know I should probably do this in some kind of not chaotic order. So let me organize these real quick. So we've got our 0, and I think then we'll do our 100. Then we got C0, C3. I think W0 should come before W2, W5, C2, and then C5. Okay. Move this over here. So we have what? This is 0, and of course now it's not going to write down the way I want it to. And then we've got 100. That's a very funny looking 100, but you do what you can do. And what did I say? C0, C2, C3, C5, and then the W0 is going to be fun. So it might just be more of the impression of the numbers than anything else. And then what? W2. Okay, come on. And then W5. Do I have W3 in... Yes, a sketch. W3 is in a sketch. That's why I don't have it here. And then we're just gonna sit here and wait for it to dry for a couple seconds. So I'll just babble at you endlessly, right? Welcome to the chat. We're just trying to see if I can label my chows. Now, I'm not gonna label both sides of my chow. And there's a couple reasons for that. So on the chow, you have the brush tip and you have the chisel chip. I literally never use the chisel tip. And so I am just going to mark the brush tip so that the brush tip will always be sticking out on my storage case. So yes. The C and the W on the labeling, so the C means cool gray, and that's the level of cool gray that this marker is. And then the W is for warm gray, And then that the number is the level of pigment of the gray. So that's what C and W mean. There's also T, which is for toner gray, and then there's also N for neutral, which I do have some of those. They're just all in Sketch, so I don't necessarily need to make labels for them. The real question is, how long do you think it takes for these to dry? Okay, so I think the 0 is good. I guess I could like lift it up and just kind of flail it around, right? Oh my gosh. It's just kind of floof it a little bit. Okay, I think those are dry. So now the fun part will be trying to get the stickers off and then onto the markers. So we got 0, which isn't a right or wrong way for a 0, right? Okay, so I'm gonna kind of see if we can. I suppose it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. The 0 has been labeled. No, dang it. 0 is the blender. What am I thinking? Oh, golly geez, this is 100. Okay. Well, good thing these come off relatively easy. Oh my gosh. It's going to be one of those mornings. Okay. We're going to try that again, but hey, at least we know it works. And I may have like busted that a little bit, but see, now it's coming off because I like bent it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm wondering if I can write it while it's on the thingy. Sorry, I have cat in my mouth right now. That is a very bad 0. But I think it gets my point across. So I'll just kind of let that dry. And if that ends up working better, we might end up putting the stickers on the markers and then writing the number on the marker. I really don't want to do that because some of the numbering systems get really complicated. So you end up with like YG45, which I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to fit all of that on one circle. I might stack it so that you have YG and then underneath it 45. That's what might make the most sense. Okay, let's see if we can get this. I'm trying to do it in a way that I don't accidentally scrape off. The number with my finger. There's 100. Whoops. Just with the camera. Okay. Come on, give it to me. So C0, which is this one. Oh, see, my nail just scraped that one off. Fix that. Oh, fudge. Okay, so one bad thing about the Uniball is sometimes it just stops. So shaky. Okay, so we get C0 once I actually get the glare off. That's the only downfall right now is every once in a while my nail will get under that ink and it pulls it right off that label. So I know some people have done something similar to this, and what they've done is they've printed off all of the numbering on, say, a piece of paper in a small font, and then they've gotten a hole punch, and then they've punched out the numbers and then glued it to the marker cap. And I thought maybe I'd try saving a step by just getting stickers. I don't know if it's actually saving me a step though. Yeah, it might be one of those things where it might be easier to just write it while it's on the marker. Had to try, right? This was a learning experiment. I think part of my problem is I want it to be perfectly centered. And in my excitement to get it perfectly centered, I'm scratching it. Just a touch. So maybe on the next round of markers, which would be the reds, maybe on those I will attempt putting a sticker on first and then writing. We can see how that goes. Oh no! Yeah, I think it's gonna be easier. Here we go. C5. So we can get it. There. Beautiful. Let's see. I'm gonna try and remain on screen. No, no, ah! There we go. Definitely don't mind how they look. I kind of got that label a little low on that sticker. W2. Ta-da! Kind of looks like a 2. I'm gonna fix it a little bit because as you can see, I made some of it come off. There we go. It's like I can't lift it up. It's stuck. Okay. And W5. Ta-da! So now I have all of my Ciao grays and blender and blacks labeled. Perfect. Which then means I can turn around and do, I think I have my reds, because those are kind of the next in the slot. So let me put these back real quick. So there's my C's. And then I can definitely take a picture of my marker case after I'm done so you can see how they all look with their labels in the slots. And then W. Okay, so I've got oh no! Ah! That was dangerous. Okay, and then I think this is red too. Yes, I've got 7 reds. 6 of them aren't being used right now, so they'll be easiest, and then I can switch over to the red that I've got set aside for the crystal. Now, for the red, the real question is going to be, do I want to do black Posca or a white Posca? So I'm going to get the black Posca started. Maybe. Let's see. Na 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 na. The 0.7 millimeter Poscas are my favorite. There we go. So, let's see. Got the white Posca, which doesn't look too bad. Hi, welcome. I am doing good. How are you doing? And then we've got the black. Oh, goodness. I almost like the white. Yeah, I think I like the white better on the red. What do you guys think? Should we do black or white? I feel like you get a little bit more contrast with how dark these red stickers are. It's just kind of what I'm thinking. I think the white probably makes a little more sense. But I am going to peel off these dots real quick and place them on the markers. And it's always been a little fascinating to me how some of the reds look a little pink, which I suppose makes sense. So once you start, why can't I get that? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, April. This isn't going to be part of a public inspection, except for you people who show up on my stream. So don't judge me too harshly. Oh dear. I don't know why I'm so set on getting these centered. Probably because it'll end up driving me bonkers in the long run if I don't. Goodness, there we go. So I don't know how this is going to go. find out. Okay. So this one is R35. What I might do, excuse me, excuse me. Okay, so this is R. R35. I'm really testing my skill level trying to write that small. Okay. And then this one is R81. Like I said, I could do kind of gloobs in a weird way. So tiny. I now understand why some people just like print this, because writing this small is very much testing, especially with paint pen. And then we have R00, or as I like to call it, Rue. Yeah, I think I like it stacked a little better. It gives me more room to write. And then we have R37. I'm getting kind of gloopy, aren't I? I might try switching back to the Uniball. Either that or I just need to clean off my tip a little bit. We've got R46. And last but not least, we have, well, of this batch, we have R85. It almost looks like A85. Whoops. But hey, I should know what it means, and I think that's the main thing that matters. stuff off of my desk. So those have all been labeled. Put those back, and then I'll pull out the red that I have pulled aside for my project. So this is the one I've got pulled aside for crystals. Okay, so I'm going to try the Uniball this time. And this is R32. It's kind of doing the same thing that the Posca was doing. Glubbing a little bit. Okay, so that was all of the red. So next is the, I believe, orange. Yes, YR. So I only have 6 of these ones. It's pretty standard. It's just for me to have 6 of each one, 6 or 7, at least in the Ciao. So we'll do the same. I kind of liked writing on the cap better than I did on the sticker first. So we'll probably maybe it won't roll off the desk. Maybe it will. Okay. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably want to use the black on this one, but we can, because just given how much of a lighter color it is, the black might make more sense. We could actually probably go either way with that, couldn't we? I don't know. Because we're almost equal at this point between the white and the black. I think we should go with the white. It feels less Halloween. It's literally the only reason. Maybe if I can pick up the sticker sheet. I always feel like I have to bend sticker sheets so much just to get the stickers off. So this one's going to be an interesting one since the labels are YR. So it's going to be 2 letters and 2 numbers that I have to fit onto this tiny little circle. almost centered, but not quite. That's fine. Markers like to roll all over my desk. See if I can. No, this probably isn't fascinating to most people. But I'm one of those like weird people who likes to organize way too much for their own good. Okay, so one last marker and then we can start writing on the labels. I guess I could possibly leave that right there. Okay, so this is a YR15. Okay. It kind of looks like YR15. Almost wish there was something even finer than 0.7 millimeters. Okay, and then we have YR07. YR61. We have YR04. YR16. And then YR00. All of the wires are starting to look a little like YA. I'm gonna let those dry a little bit before I pick them up. And after that, now this one is going to definitely need a black Posca, and that is the yellow. That is bright neon yellow. So yes, I don't think white's going to show up very well on it. So, oh, got a nice smaller face yellow. Yeah, that white's gonna be hard to see on that yellow. Okay, so those are my labeled YRs, or in other words, oranges for the average person, like myself. I do believe I have one yellow out for my crystals. Ah, fudge. Someday I'm going to be able to pull my markers out without flinging markers at myself. So I have 8 yellows in the Ciao. If you count the one that I have pulled for the crystal picture. Let me flip these all the correct way so I don't accidentally put the sticker on the wrong end of the marker. Okay. By the end of this, I'll have like a really good system going of how to like rotate them through, and I'll be done. And it'll be sad. Probably only do a couple sections of color today. Maybe in the middle of the week I will do another stream to get some more of them done. I don't know, it just all depends on how life is going. Did you know this is a little mind numbing? But yes, next Sunday we will definitely be back coloring. It's just one of those things where I didn't necessarily want to continue on doing the crystals, but I didn't want to start a new project quite yet. I wasn't ready for that. Plus, some of my stuff is already in the process of being packed. Okay. Move that over to the side. So we're going to use the black for this one. So the first one is Y17. make sure that doesn't look like a V because we do have a V, but I suppose you could imply by the color that that's a Y and not a V because it doesn't look very purpley. Okay, and so this one is Y08. We got Y15. Because a little while there I figured, well, maybe I could just write the number on it. But then you get into some of the interesting colors, like the blue greens. It's like, do I put a blue sticker on it? Do I put a green sticker on it? And at that point, you're going to want the letter combination on it so that you can tell the difference. So why not just do it for them all, I suppose. This is Y11. Probably the easiest one so far. Then we have Y28. Got Y02. Normally I do my 2s with a loop at the bottom, but it's kind of hard to do when you're writing this tiny with a paint pen. And then we have Y38. Try and make it not look like 88, but it works. Like I said, I need to be able to read it. Nobody else does. That's totally fine. And as those are sitting there drying, I can pull, and this is the yellow that I have pulled for my crystal image, so we can get a sticker on that and get that labeled and put it back in my work in project pile. Work in progress. Wow. Okay, get that stuck. And then this one is a Y21. That one ended up looking a little bit more like a V than I wanted it to. But so those are all of the yellows that we labeled. Next is going to be the yellow greens, and I think I'm going to use the green labels for those because the yellow greens end up leaning more green than they do yellow just by the nature of how green is more of a dominant color than yellow is, it's really easy to overpower a yellow. So I'm just going to put these back real quick. And my guess is that the white is going to look better on this green than the black is. Just because of how dark the green is. Okay, so I'm gonna need to pull all of these. And I have 7 chows for the yellow-green. And then after we do the yellow-green, we can immediately switch over to the greens. So those are all my chows for the yellow-greens. So you see how I said they tend to lean more green than they do yellow? So I feel like if we put a yellow sticker on them, it would just be weird. But I could probably get away with putting a green. Okay, let's fit these all the right direction. So that I label the brush side of the marker. Okay, we'll do a test, but like I said, I'm pretty sure the white is probably going to look better on this than the black. I mean, they both look fine, but I think it'll be easier to read the white from a slight distance. It's just my opinion. If you guys think otherwise, totally let me know. Move the paint real quick, because after the green we'll do the blue and then the purple and then it'll go to the pink. I might do blue on the blue-green since I'm doing green on the yellow-green. I don't know. I've got brown. I don't have any brown stickers. I might switch back to the black dots for the earth tones. I think that is just going to be the most neutral of all of them. Plus I have a fudge ton of black dots, so and I've got a fudge ton of earth toned chows, so that's going to be a thing. Okay, so I can probably start putting stickers on it. It is nowhere near centered. There we go. No! Find this oddly soothing. So I might finish up these yellow greens and then do the greens and then call it for today. No, this is probably not what everybody was hoping for, but it needed to be done. And I'm sure there's some people out there who maybe want to label their chows too, so that it's easier to pick up their colors. one more. And since nobody has an opinion on white or black but me, I'm choosing white because I can. Okay. And this first one is YG11. G is going to be a pain to write. It's going to look a little bit like a 6, and I think that's okay. Then we have YG63. Good grief. Oops. No. Okay, that's the funniest looking 3 ever, but it's a 3. Then we have YG23. Just kind of made that a 6. YG, what did I say, 23? Yes, 23. Can you read that as a 23? It looks like Y6 blah 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 blah. Then I have YG00. Yagu. Yugu? Yug. Zero, zero. YG09. Almost looks like a 4. There we go. Got YG95. Uh-oh. Well, it's kind of a 95. Now instead of a 4, the 9 is looking a little bit like a 7. And then we have YG41. those are all of the YGs. In the Ciao, at least. And I'll just keep the green sheet out. Because I have about 5 greens in the Ciao. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, I get 5. So those are all the plain greens. Okay. Get the stickers on them real quick. Get off my finger. And one more. There we go. Being attacked. Okay, so this one is G07. This is G17. G28. Why did I try to loop that? Well, it's G blob. This is more of what that is. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Okay. Second time, but better. G28. Well, I think it reads a little better. Might need to clean off my tip again. I have no qualms about using myself as a ink pad. Okay, G05. G14. It looks like a 14, right? I think it looks like a 14. Okay, so that is where, let's see if I can get this. That is where I am going to end today's live stream. I'm sorry it wasn't as entertaining as when I'm doing coloring. But like I said, this is something that I've really wanted to do for quite some time now since I got the stickers in. And I figured this was a good chance to do it since my life is total chaos right now. I will be back next Sunday. Back in a coloring book. I believe I'm going to do one of the Disney Thomas Kincaid. I don't know which one. I might put up a Instagram story asking you which page you want me to do and try and narrow it down to which one you guys think would be fun to do for the Disney Colorathon, which I'm really looking forward to. So thank you guys for sticking around and hanging out with me today, and I heart all of your beautiful faces. I hope to see you back here next Sunday at 11 Central. And I think that's all I want to end with. Heart your beautiful faces. Bye.